Welcome, one, welcome, all, welcome to the show. You are here on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar Freedomswell, joined with me, as always, Mr. Skips, Trophies, and more, and Mr. Diamond Dirty D playing some music over my intro. Fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what up, doe? How are we tonight?
What's up, man? What's up, man, Damon?
What's any better? I'd be you, big dog. D. We gonna jump into it because I want to go ahead and talk about the title of this show tonight, and I'm gonna let you take it over first. But which NFL legend does Travis Hunter remind you
of? Right now, because of course the combine, we had the combine over the weekend. He didn't work out. He just did interviews. Of course, they're gonna have his pro day. As of right now, being that we have never seen this type of athlete in a long time, I'm comparing him to Deion with the both way on both sides of the field, in my opinion. I think personally, wide receiver, he's awesome. He's a kid that I've seen locate a ball while the game is going on, and he makes unbelievable catches. And he does a lot of things. It's going to be very interesting to me how they predict what type of player he will be when we see him in the league. But as of right now, that what I'm saying, because we've seen other college players, the Charles Woodsons of the world, the Champ Baileys of the world, play in college, and they play both ways. They sprinkle it in, let them do a lot of things. I remember Deion Grant for Tennessee that was playing safety, and they let him play a little bit of wide receiver. You've had certain players on your team, they'll, give them a reverse here, there, or whatever. But the amount of snaps that this kid has played and what he does, that's why I say that. The jury's still out what he's going to be when he gets to the NFL right now, but that's the only player I can compare him to that I've seen.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm not comparing him to anybody because I ain't seen him play a snap in the NFL yet. But one thing to your point about where he'll play and what position, what side of the ball he might be on, at first I was thinking he was a little too small for cornerback in the NFL, but I have since changed my mind after looking at some of the other top corners in the league, one of them being your Philadelphia Eagle, Cooper DeJean. Shador is 6'2", 215. DeJean is 6 foot, 198. So I think as long as he's still got the speed at 215, I think he'd be good on the defensive side of the ball.
You said Shador. Whoa.
Oh, my bad. Travis Hunter.
115 pounds?
Then I looked up Shador just a second ago.
Okay.
I looked up Shador.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hang on.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, what we got with 6'1"? All right, so Travis is 6'1". Doesn't give me a weight. Nope, 186. Mm-hmm. So it's 6 foot still. The statement still stands. 6 foot. DeJean was 6 foot, 198. He's 10 pounds under that.
I think.
Well, DeJean, he played like rover, nickelback. He didn't start at corner, and he played like safety. Quinn Mitchell was the starting corner along with Darius White. So he was not locked up one-on-one, play for play on an island. So that's why I know I see what you're comparing, but it's a little bit of difference right there. He played more nickel corner on the inside, a rover type player on our team.
But the question was, who do I see him compare? Who can I compare him to? There's only a couple of players that you really couldn't even put in that conversation. Champ Bailey being one, Deion being the other one. Definitely Deion, but he's neither though because he's smaller than both of them. He's not as fast as either of them. Now I think he has good technique, but is it as good as Deion's was? You know what I mean? So it's yet to be seen. I think it's just going to be he's the first Travis Hunter. People are going to be comparing people to him because of what he's going to contribute to each team. So I look at it like get out there and do your job and enjoy it. And I think you'll succeed beyond measure. I really do. That's my outlook on that because there's nobody that's done what he's done at the level he's done it. So
there you go. All right. Well, we have had some off-season moves, one of which being the 49ers have traded Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders.
Tripping for a fifth round pick. Are you kidding me? I get it, getting rid of him. And don't get me wrong, you know, the injury prone and all that good stuff, but that's a weapon regardless. And they would have given you at least a second round pick for him. So I don't know. It's something else to me in the water.
I'm finna tell you.
Go ahead.
So the fifth round pick, the only reason they got the fifth round pick is because of the money situation. The Commanders are taking on his whole contract. So that was part of the deal. That's the only reason they got the fifth round from them, because the Commanders taking on the whole contract. Usually when these trades happen, you know, the money be set off differently between the teams.
Right, because it's player for player.
Yeah, so that's why you only got a fifth round pick for him, because they taking the bulk of it. They taking his whole contract instead of a percentage of it. So that's why that happened. So you got a lot of teams, i.e. them jokers down there, they don't have the cap space to take on his whole contract. So that's what happens with that. So that's why. Brandon IU is on the trading block also, Mr. Skip. You just gave him money.
I bet you ain't on the trading block.
He is on.
Well, okay.
He's on the trading block too.
Hang on, D. What with Deebo going to Washington after what we just saw from them in Jaden Daniels' rookie year, obviously Dan Quinn's first year as their head coach. What does that add to the firepower coming into next year? Do they need another weapon somewhere else, or was he the piece they needed?
That might be a piece they needed to compete. They arguably are the number 2 team in the East now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Some of the plays that they were running with third string running back coming in catching the ball out of the backfield, now they can use Deebo and some of that stuff now coming out the backfield, screen passes and so forth and so on. So that helps. You know what I'm saying? That really helps with them not even have to go in free agency to pick up nothing. They can just continue to work on their defense.
Skip, why are you looking like that?
If I'm looking at it like how when Philadelphia got Saquon. Saquon put them over the hump because all they needed was another presence. It's not that they needed another weapon; they needed a presence, and he's a hell of a presence. Not downplaying him by a little bit, but I feel like Saquon could have had 1,200 yards rushing, and they still would have been the Eagles, because he did take a lot of pressure away from the quarterback because of what he could do. It just so happens that he had what we would call a breakout year, but they knew he was capable of it. You get what I'm saying? So them getting Deebo is equivalent in my eyes to Philly getting Saquon because of the pressure that he'll relieve. Because you imagine him lining up in the slot and going back to the backfield like he would do with the 49ers. You get what I'm saying? That's a pressure reliever now, because your linebacker got to say, damn, we got to watch it. We can't just pin our ears back. You get what I'm saying? So,
and they still have a veteran in Austin Eckler in the backfield.
Exactly. But if you line up 5 wideouts, right, and you in a dime package, and then Deebo come back to the backfield, it changes the scenario now. You get what I'm saying? So that presence alone will make teams have to adjust immediately, because he'll run up the middle. He'll run around the end. So it won't be like what Saquon did for Philadelphia. It won't be that. But it's there. The idea is there that he can do that. You get what I'm saying? Because he's not a full-time running back. That's what I mean by the addition of him. But you're right. I still think now they can just concentrate totally on defense.
All right. Well, another guy being let go is from the Eagles, Mr. Darius Slay.
Cap situation. He didn't need 12 years. Gonna free us some money. We can bring him back for a lower number, but he knew that it wasn't no animosity. This is part of the league. This is what goes on. He going out. If he doesn't play another down for the Eagles, he leaves as a champion. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he left our secondary room, arguably one of the best players in our secondary for the last 5 years, undoubtedly. So, hey, just depends on what works out. We got a lot of movement going on, but he did state he would, on the other teams he would play for as the Eagles, or he'll go back to Detroit. He wanted to play one more year. So, hey, if we can bring him back for a lower number, I'm fine with it. But you do have to sometimes move on from these older players so you can get your younger core out there and play a little bit better.
I couldn't say no better myself. If they really want to keep him, they can wrap all that up in a signing bonus and bring him on back. You get what I'm saying? Because you can stretch the signing bonus out over years versus it being an annual hit. So there's ways around it. But like D said, he's older, and they got a young group, and they the Georgia Bulldogs. So they keep bringing up bullpuppets in there. They're going to keep winning.
All right. Well, something that got settled the other day was Matthew Stafford's future in Los Angeles. It was kind of up in the air for a while, but he has agreed to restructure his deal with the Rams and stay a little longer.
Restructure to make it back end or make it front end? Because
Mm-hmm.
normally they put money off into the future, or they convert it over to signing bonus. You know what I mean?
He getting his money up front because he don't have that long. What they did is they gave him the opportunity to go shop himself, to see what he was going to get. From my understanding, the Giants was signed, sealed, and delivered. They gave the compensation for him. They was giving him the money. And at the final hour, the Rams said, "Oh, no, sir, come on back in here." The Raiders had something in place also to bring him in also. So, sometimes it's a chess, not checkers, how you play your cards. I don't know what the Rams would have been looking at if he would have walked out the door.
And I would have.
Yeah, so
I feel like any team that does this from Saquon last year on, they don't want you back. There's no way you should tell somebody to go shop for yourself and see what you can get, and then we'll address that situation later. No, you don't want me. You don't want me. Everybody in the Giants organization, except the general manager and the coach, knew what Saquon meant to that team. The owner even said it, and they let him go. The man said, "Give me this." Oh, go shop yourself and see what you can get. We don't think you're worth it. And for them to tell him that at the Rams, man, with what he's done with them, if the Giants, and I get it, you're going to a losing organization. I get it. Maybe you didn't want to go and take a chance of getting hurt. But now that you got your ring, it's about the dollars. You get what I'm saying? You're not Tom Brady. Ain't nobody going to do what Tom Brady did, except maybe Patrick Mahomes. I don't think it's ever going to happen again. So if you proven yourself over and over, or proving yourself to a team that, hey, you might as well let me go and retire here, and you tell me, go out there and shop, man, and see what the going rate is for you. And somebody give me close to what I want, forget y'all. You get what I'm saying? I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Well, it's interesting because even with Debo and some of these other players, they did go talk, to the coach and let them know, hey, what's in store for me, and they give you, at least enough respect to tell your agent, hey, y'all might need to go shop around and see what y'all, this, that, or whatever. Because sometimes they don't care. They'll just cut you loose or trade you to whoever, and don't even care. So, I mean, the level of respect there is good. That's right. Why I guess the marriage of him coming back in and them working out whatever they wanted to work out, it came. But, if you let me know in the media or through my agent or whatever that you want me to go, I'm out.
Right. But see, the difference is Debo on the contract. They ain't have to do nothing. So, he could have been a disgruntled player. I don't know if the guy's still on the contract out there with LA. For them to say, go shop yourself, and he's the best you had since you let what his name go to Detroit.
He was under contract. His gripe was that he was vastly underpaid and he wanted some more money. He was looking at a $50 million bump. compared to some of the other players. And this is where the resume come in at. Yeah, you got all the accolades with the yards. You did bring them a Super Bowl. You was the key cog in getting the Super Bowl, but you came under the pretense of the old contract that you received when you came from Detroit. You should have worked that out, you know.
Right. And he should have. And see that right there to me is where the business part of the NFL versus the MLB and the NBA is so stupid, because these baseball players, especially when they restructure their contract, they restructure for more money because I'm outperforming my contract. And the big names in the NBA do the same thing. So for the NFL to be already not guaranteed any money, it just doesn't make sense for them to, like Brock Purdy, for instance. He's worth way more than what he's getting, but he's under rookie contract. So ain't no renegotiating. Now they can extend him and give him 120 million or whatever, which I think is going to happen, because I don't see them getting nothing else to come in and run that organization right. But with them, you saying that Brandon Ayuk is on the trading block, I hadn't seen that, and already getting rid of Debo. What y'all doing?
Freeing up money for your quarterback.
Okay, but again, who he gonna throw it to?
Hey, brother, I'm just don't shoot.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna make him a $500 million quarterback to hand the ball off, because if you you already got rid of Debo, and you got the young side. Don't get me wrong, but you talking about trading Ayuk too? What are you gonna bring in? Calvin Johnson gone. Terrell Owens gone. I mean, well, what? No, that's stupid. If you wasn't gonna pay him, get rid of him. But you're gonna pay him and then trade him? John Lynch need to be killed if that happened.
Oh man,
I'd be the first one to say it.
Oh man,
yeah, he need to be killed. He might as well go ahead and put his Tampa Bay hat back on and say, "Yeah, I'm trading him to Tampa because I'm going home."
Well, this is the part, like I told you before. Some teams don't have but a certain amount of window to get their championships. Y'all been to 2 Super Bowls. You didn't come out victorious, and now everybody wants to get paid. Brandon Ayuk is coming off major reconstructive surgery for his knee, and you paid him. So now you like, okay, where we at with it? But it came across the screen. They opened the trade talks for him also, because they're trying to get the money. It's the money. That's all it's about now.
Yeah, I don't. Again, but again, that's my team. Win, lose, or draw. So hey, at least we ain't got a $400 million quarterback.
Silly. Just so silly. You got T. Higgins also, Kev.
Yep.
T. Higgins. Go ahead with it, Kev.
No, you got it. My bad. I was doing something else.
T. Higgins signed a franchise tender up there in Cincinnati today. He gonna get $28 million per year if he signs it. He wants a deal on the open market. He will get $34 million if they let him go. So this is his second year getting a franchise tag. I think that's gonna be an issue, because Cincinnati now is crazy. They gotta sign Jamar Chase. They got to get Higgins under contract. They let one of the offensive linemen or whatever. If they put all this money on the offensive side of the ball, Cincinnati is not going to have a defense. They're not going to have.
They already don't have a defense.
Well, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So they got to figure it out. They are one of those franchises that doesn't like to pay money, and that's been the history of them. So that's going to be another domino effect up there in Cincinnati.
I saw something on Netflix or something. I was flipping through the channels when they were talking. Dion, no, I saw it on YouTube. Dion was talking about none of the Jones family wanted him in Dallas. Nobody but Jerry. And Jerry went and told Dion he was going to give him $13 million signing bonus and blah, 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 whatever it added up to. But they didn't have it under the cap. And his son was running the thing. And his son, Jerry Jones was telling the story while Dion was like kind of narrating it. And his son said, "Yeah, I jacked my daddy up, put my hand up around his neck and hand up against the wall and said, 'What the hell are you doing?' And he was like, 'I know you ain't finna hit me.'" He said, "What you think the team gonna say? We still got Emmett and everybody else to pay." So Jerry said he went in the locker room and wrote on the board, $13 million signing bonus and whatever else it was. Do y'all want Dion or no? And the whole locker room say, hell yeah, we want Deion. And then they went on to win the Super Bowl, of course. But when you hear stuff like that, it makes you think that if you want to win, spend the money, get the luxury tax, pay it, and see what happens. But don't just do what I think San Francisco's doing. Oh, we're going to save money here. We're going to save money there. Man, you got chances beyond chances. And now you let Devo go. So, you know, the house is falling down the way I see it. So, yeah.
Now, Skip,
be creative with it.
The party.
Hang on, Skip. How long do you think you have left with Kittle? I mean, I don't know about his contract, but age-wise.
I don't think he's going nowhere because all the teams that rely on tight ends have great tight ends.
I think the party's over.
For Kittle?
No, for your team, the party's over.
the party over your team too. Y'all ain't doing that.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad because 2 weeks.
Why would I be mad when I said that?
Because 2 weeks ago you stated on this show that your receiving coach was better than the Eagles. That's what you said.
It was.
It was not. It's not.
Okay, I have an opinion. I ain't got no opinion.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't.
Okay, but that's because y'all won.
No, it has nothing.
Well, hey, here's some news in between before we switch over to the next little segment here.
The party's over.
After 31 years with Fox Sports, Jimmy Johnson is retiring at 81 years old.
You set yourself up. You set yourself up for that one. I knew you was gonna do that, kid. But I ain't gonna mess with you about that. Jimmy Johnson, arguably one of the best Dallas Cowboy coach ever.
No, Tom Landry, buddy.
Tom Landry didn't win as many championships as Jimmy Johnson.
Damn.
But what I'm saying to you, in my opinion, Jimmy Johnson was arguably one of the best Dallas coaches ever.
One of the best. I'll take that.
One of Miami University's stellar coaches also. Great guy.
I've ever had.
Great guy. And he will be missed on the Fox pregame show.
Absolutely. All right, fellas, we had the NFL Combine this past weekend. A lot of folks impressed. Some folks did not. Mel Kiper's top 10, 9 of the top 10 did not work out. So that list was pretty useless. Fellas, what'd y'all see? What'd you like? What'd you hate? Who surprised you?
One of the Georgia linemen running a 4.8
That boy looks like he crushes Natty Lights and Fireball on the weekend. He had a full mullet, Skip.
Not Rutledge.
No. The big 6'7" dude.
It wasn't Rutledge.
Okay. The other cat that ran like a 4.38 or
4.82. No, 4.82 or something like that.
When, of course, we will not see linemen, running no routes and nothing like that.
Lineman shuffle, baby.
But for a guy moving like that, another thing that stood out with me was a picture that they showed after the guy ran this 40. All the Georgia linemen walking together in unison. And if you are a recruit and you see this is more better than for the University of Georgia and Kirby them than even the NFL, because you got 3 or your 5 starting linemen at the NFL Combine. Also, one of your players, the guy out of South Carolina,
Nick Emanwari.
I mean a monster, Skip, DB, 6'4", 200-some odd pounds, moving. I think he ran a 4.3 or 4 something.
4.32.
Yeah, he went off. Usually the only thing at the combine that I look at is see how fast they running the 40 time. And to see some kids that we don't get to see and find out where they're coming from, and if it's somebody your team might be looking at and so forth. But like you said, first year the top 10 picks didn't work out. And I think what's going on, Skip and Kev, they're moving from the combine to their pro day.
That's right.
And I mean, now it's like, okay, why are we inviting these kids if they're not going to perform? Or, they just come in to interview. or whatever, however the agents got them set up. Hey, do you more comfortable here? You want to do it at your pro day because yours look terrible throwing the ball. But go ahead.
Right. And I think what's happening with the pro day is kind of what happened when the NFL agreed to interview your boy used a quarterback for the 49ers. What's his name, number 7? I don't know how I'm getting names.
Kaepernick.
When the 49ers tried to organize the tryout for him for all the teams, and they wanted to narrate and micromanage every little thing and had the contract all messed up where he had to do it this way and at this field and all that. He was like, no, come over here to the high school field, and I'm not signing no contract. So with the combine, in my opinion, they control the narrative. You got to get the physicals. You got to run the 40. You got to do this, and you got to. So you know what? We ain't gonna come and participate. I might come and run a 40 and leave, but at my pro day, I control the narrative. I'll get on the scale. I'll do the vertical or whatever for potential, buyers. At the combine, you're doing it for everybody, and included. So I think it's more control than doing a pro day. So than going to the combine. So I think the combine is going to be a thing of the past, because the NFL has so many strict rules and strict things that you have to do or you can't do. So, and then some people don't have the luxury, if you're not a top, quote unquote, top 10 pick, to say, I'm not going to the combine, because you just want anybody to get you. But those 9 that didn't show up know that they're going to be in the top 10 picks. They've been told this by general managers and recruiters and everything else. So I don't blame them. I wouldn't have went there either, to be poked and prodded on, and none of that really matters.
Well, I've been saying all season that Nicky Manwari would be a first rounder. He was the heart and soul of the South Carolina defense. We got so much attention for Kyle Kennard and Dylan Stewart. Nicky Manwari was the one making all the plays downfield. Interceptions. He had a couple of pick sixes. Hard hitter. He can play anywhere you put him on the field on that backside. But yeah, Bo said there was a Georgia receiver that ran a 4.38.
Aaron Smith. And that's what you look at. Like usually again, the 40 gets you, in my opinion, outside the quarterbacks and wide receivers running routes, and the DB drills get you picked because they can slate you however they trying to put you in. But majority, I think these guys that do go to the combine, I'm not saying it's a guarantee that they're going to get drafted, but it's somewhere through their agents and how they got invited that they will get picked in the top 5-6 rounds. So
well, let's talk about some quarterbacks real quick. Jackson Dart had a pretty good pro day. He did not run a 40, but in his passing drills, he looked pretty decent.
He's going to be a sleeper pick, meaning we know he's good. It's just where is he going and where will he be slated and who will fall in love with him.
You think he's going in the first round?
Oh, he's going in the first round, depending on who needs him.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You got to think somebody might trade out of, somebody gonna mess the draft up. We've seen it every year. You know what I'm saying? We know Tennessee needs a quarterback, but are they gonna pick a quarterback at number 1? Do you see Tennessee trading back?
They're gonna trade it away.
Trading back that first round pick, getting a bunch of more picks, and then picking him late. Like Arthur's saying, the Steelers need a quarterback. You see, it's a lot going on here with somebody needing a quarterback.
The Steelers finna fall off the map, man, if they keep doing what they're doing. Russell Wilson on his last legs, like we all know, and you got rid of the young boy that's playing good. I'm confused at that move. Why'd you bring both of them in if it wasn't to train him up or teach him up so he could be something? He starts winning. I think, what was he? 4-1, 5-1. Then you bench him, and not that Russell Wilson came in and did bad, but
that's the Steelers again. Russell Wilson will not be their quarterback this year. He's free agent, so they already, hey, It's cool. It's fine. It's whatever. Arthur, I can send you. I can send you the link whenever you're ready. Send me your email. Text me your email, Arthur.
He's saying he need a subject.
He's a Steeler fan.
He need a voice. Okay, come on here, player.
Yeah. So send me your email.
Well, one thing I'm going to talk about real quick, Omarion Hampton. This guy did not get a whole lot of attention during the season, but I think he is a sleeper running back. He played for the North Carolina Tar Heels. He ended his final season 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns. He showed out during his pro day during the combine, and with Ashton Jeanty not performing, it opened the door for Omarion to kind of get some spotlight on him, and he impressed some folks. And, now the rumor mill, of course, is spinning, and it switched from Ashton Jeanty to Hampton possibly getting drafted by the Cowboys.
That'd be stupid. Unless if Jeanty's gone, I can see that. But if the Cowboys don't get him, then they are brain dead over there in the war room in Dallas.
Well,
if he falls to them.
Well, Jeanty has been rumored to go to the Raiders now because of Pete Carroll being out there. He likes to run the football. So that's where it is. The North Carolina kid helped himself extremely. And to say this, the years that Derrick Henry and Saquon had has put the running backs back in contention to get picked in the first round of the playoff. I mean, the first round of the NFL draft. So that's where it is. Let me tell you.
Well, you know what? I was going to say that kind of next. He did play in the ACC, which I think had a little bit more stiffer competition than Jeanty's conference. So that is another thing for him to still have the 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns against some bigger boys, I guess you could say.
But when you make that statement, look at the talent look how he does against real talent. He still has 1,600, and that's not easy to get. So just because he's in a tougher conference than what he was used to, there weren't too many more running backs that had 1,600 yards in any conference outside of Jeanty. What matter of fact, Jeanty there in the what? What conference? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
Jeanty, what conference was he in?
What was that? Big 12?
Boise.
Yeah,
what
Boise
conference?
State.
Big 12, Big 10?
No, neither one.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So to say, look at against real talent, I mean, outside of what Alabama did when they had all those 5 running backs coming out, there wasn't too many running backs getting 16, 17, 1,800 yards. So I think that's good stuff, man.
But you don't think the Cowboys should draft him?
No. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if they don't get Jeanty, do everything in their power to get Jeanty over him, then the whole war room is dead. Now, if Jeanty's gone, you're right. Get him. That's what I'm saying. That no, not to get him, but they should be trying to get the best running back available because of how they flopped last year on bringing a running back in. That's what I mean. No, they shouldn't take him. No.
And I said a few weeks ago, the offensive heads that Schottenheimer has brought in seems like they want to run the ball. Anyways, we're not going to get caught on the Cowboys. I got a question for y'all. Who's going first, Shedeur or Cam?
I think Cam Ward is going first.
I think if the Giants are in front of the Raiders, Cam Ward goes first.
Let me see here.
That's what I think. Because I think he's going to go there, and they're going to slowly rebuild without him getting hurt. Hopefully, knock on wood, that he don't get hurt. But I think he's the best fit for the Giants because he will, like I said last week, he will get rid of that football. He ain't finna stand back there like Shedeur will and pat, and get his head tore off because this is a whole nother world right here.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me read you the top 12 in the draft for the first round. Tennessee kicking us off. They need a quarterback. Cleveland Browns, New York, they need the Giants. They need a quarterback. Patriots, Jags, Raiders, Jets also need a quarterback. Carolina Panthers, New Orleans, Chicago, San Francisco, and Dallas.
Those are the top 12 picks?
Yes, those are the first 12.
I see Cam definitely going before Shador. Definitely. Because if Tennessee goes crazy and say, you know what, we need a quarterback, they're going to take Cam. I think they will. I just feel like it's going to be set up for Shador to fall to the Raiders because of the Tom Brady effect and all of the hoopla behind that. But yeah, I don't. And Dallas picks what is Dallas?
Else. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're 12th.
Y'all 12. I don't think.
Yes.
I don't think.
Y'all are 11th.
All 12.
Well, okay. So here's another thing: the Cleveland Browns. DTR, Jameis Winston, you still have what, another year on Watson's contract?
Well, Watson is hurt, so we know he's not playing. Jameis Winston is a free agent. They will be better served by picking a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal, or unless they're going to go out and get a Russell Wilson or one of these free agent quarterbacks just to come in, because they're not in the business of doing anything. They in trouble cap wise when it comes to certain things. Personally, I can see it possibly them drafting a quarterback, but who knows?
Or they could trade out of that position back in the first round and get somebody's backup quarterback with the first round pick and a couple other picks packaged too. You see what I'm saying? Because there's the amount of money that you're going to have to give Cam or Shador, picking them that high, doesn't make sense for Cleveland because they're not like they were when they picked Manziel and Baker Mayfield. You get what I'm saying? They don't have that type of team for them, those quarterbacks.
Well, so, Skip, let me get you to pause for 1 second while I bring to the stage Mr. Arthur Hamilton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm doing my little walk, listening to see y'all good brothers out here doing the
That's what walking do.
I can say you gotta
find your partner or something. You done froze on us.
with what you were saying, because I was listening to it. I was pretty much amening it.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can hear us now, when you walking, you're gonna keep losing signal. You're gonna keep freezing on us. So
no, I'm a stop because I'm almost at the Publix now, so I'm gonna stop.
Well, just jog in place, and you'll keep your heart rate and the heat up. That should do the same thing as the walking did. Just mute the phone because I don't want to hear you breathing.
Pause.
All right. Well, Mr. Hamilton, from what I understand, you are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. What are you going to do this year about a quarterback? Is Justin Fields?
So here's the thing. I feel as though us as Steelers, being the Steelers, we have options, right? And we could keep Justin. I pretty much think that Russell is gone, or we can let Justin go. Russell go. Keep Justin and draft Dart, because that's the feeling in Steelers land. They love, like they said, Khan fell in love with Dart at the Senior Bowl. But they also fell in love with Golden from Texas, the receiver. So we can go either way. But my druthers, I would say, let's go ahead and let's keep Wilson, draft Dart, and we can get a receiver. One thing we know about Pittsburgh is what? We're gonna find a receiver.
Yeah.
We're gonna find a receiver.
Now, let me say, his theory of Jackson Dart is not too far off, because we just talked about those top 12 and some of those teams who are going to need a quarterback. But after that, so Pittsburgh picks 21st in the first round. After Dallas, we got the Dolphins. They don't need a QB. the Colts, they don't need a QB. Falcons, Cardinals, Bengals, Seahawks, Tampa Bay, the Broncos, and then the Steelers. None of those teams between 13 to 21 need a quarterback, essentially.
Now the Seahawks could throw a monkey wrench in there. Geno's getting a little long in the tooth. It's a possibility the Seahawks can pull that move. It's a possibility.
No.
No.
Okay.
They did just say last year that Geno Smith is their guy.
Well, what you're saying makes sense, though, dear, about him being long in the tooth. But he's not showing the effects of long in the tooth. Just because he's
and you're right. And Skip's right. Because think about it. He's long in the tooth. But he ain't got a lot of wear on that tie. See, he played a lot. He played much his first couple years when he was at the Jets, but he ain't got a lot of wear on that tie. So he got something left in him,
and he's proved that.
That's why absolutely.
I don't think they have the talent to waste a pick on a quarterback that's not going to play.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? When they can get something to come in and help them.
Be careful.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Be careful. Why?
Well, of what? Of what?
Just be when you with Kev. I'm going off of what Kev named. With Kev named, that's the only one team that we can say quarterback ? Meaning that we know Geno has played above average. We know Geno is doing what he's doing out there, but it's a possibility they would draft a quarterback out of what Kev named, and I'm going off no trades.
Yeah, nobody trading up and moving around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If everything stay the same, that could be a possibility.
But because that Dallas and San Fran aren't going for a quarterback. Chicago's not. New Orleans isn't. The Panthers no. What about?
I don't know. But I don't know if New Orleans is not going for a quarterback though.
I'm going based off the fact that they have already said that they are really liking Spencer Rattler for QB1 next year.
I can't see that though.
They need too much to get a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I can go with you on that.
But another thing too, Kev. What D said earlier about the draft being shook up. Now that between that 13th and 21 pick, your trade value is much higher now because of players like Dart and the rest of them that these teams want them and they don't want to take a chance for Seahawks to get them.
Yeah.
So you trade out of that for a team to come in there and get that quarterback of the future, so to speak. So I think the shakeup is going to be. If these players are not falling like we think that, like the dominoes not falling the right way, then the trades are going to start happening. Let me get up there and get it now because they dropped the ball.
So let me ask you all a question. What do you feel about a team drafting a quarterback or drafting a need, even if they got a young quarterback, or drafting a need and then getting back in the top 10 or 15 picks? Because I can see that happening with a lot of teams, because that Lovelace kid and that Warren kid, those two tight ends out of Michigan and Penn State, what's a rookie quarterback's best friend? A tight end, or a young quarterback's best friend. So I can see a team jumping back in, and that would be a shakeup. Yeah.
Well, again, this goes where I'm telling you. Let's take a Tennessee, for instance. Tennessee got the number 1 pick, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say for the sake of argument, they trade that pick, and let's say they go around between the 10 and 15 range.
But they need a quarterback, though, Derek.
Watch what I'm finna tell you.
Okay.
They can mess around and play this, where they can have a first round. They can move back to that range. They can have that. And they can have the first, second round pick to get a quarterback, or mortgage whatever they get with that to trade back in the first round.
So now you putting a lot of leverage on them picking a great quarterback in the second round. So you say, Will Howard.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
What I'm saying is, depending, we've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this before where a team moves out. They get their skill player. I like exactly what the Texans did. The Texans end up with the C.J. Stroud and their defense in one draft.
And that's where I was going to. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You never know the movement depending on what is the trade for the pick. You can mess around and get this team first round pick. You got stuff on the back end where you say, okay, we got their number one for next year. You mess around and trade that number one to somebody that's not
back in the first round
and come back in the first round.
So give me a scenario with a team like you said, with a team like Tennessee.
I got you. Tennessee is drafting first, and I think Dallas is drafting 12th, right?
Yeah.
Dallas has a lot of needs. If Dallas say, I'm gonna give you my 12th round pick this year, first round, I'm gonna give you my first round pick next year, I'm gonna give you 2 seconds, and then I'm gonna give you my backup quarterback for that first round pick. Boom. They get it. So Tennessee drops to 12. Then Tennessee go to say somebody in the 5th or 6th round, 5th or 6th pick in the first round. Say, hey, I'm gonna give you Dallas's first round pick next year, these 2 second round picks, and $1 million for this pick. So they back in the that's what he means by coming back.
And here's where I would lean against that is the fact that the team that you're banking on, you like Tennessee still. Remember, Tennessee still gonna need a quarterback. Shador, listen, I know he's going to be there, but just like I know, just like Dion said, and just like they've been saying forever, they're going to pick their team. Dion is not letting his son go play in Tennessee. That's a fact.
Watch this, man. Stop reading it, believing everything you see.
Okay. Okay. Tim Dwight.
Hey,
let me finish. Shador has said his daddy does have an influence, but his daddy's going to let him make the choice that best fits him. Now, does he want him to go to the Giants? No. That's why I said if the Giants pick before the Raiders and there's not a big shakeup, Cam Ward is going to the Giants.
I can go with that.
Team in the top 10 that Dion going to say, my son ain't going there. No. Think about that.
I can go with that, but I just do not see. I don't see a scenario where Shador is in Tennessee. However, it could happen.
Okay.
No. I'm just saying it could happen.
Well,
Travis Hunter could be there. We keep forgetting. I think Travis Hunter is going to be there.
And I think, and you know what? I think that he is the dark horse. Everybody's like the quarterback, Abdul Carter, this, that, and the third. But I think Travis Hunter is the person that's going to turn the draft on his heels because Travis is that person, and he's like the best player in the draft overall. But
we will get more into the draft as we get closer to it. Next in the NFL will be free agency, so we will have that in the next couple of weeks. On to the NBA. We are inching closer to the playoffs. D, please give me your top playoff contenders.
I'm gonna say this. With the moves that some of us have won out there in the West, I know Oklahoma City is the number 1 seed. Denver is there. I think Denver is becoming a little top heavy. They're not hungry. Minnesota has lost it. Minnesota has lost it in my opinion. Memphis is still there, but the Late Show, I must say, I'm gonna tell you,
it's the king. It's the king.
I'm going to say this right now. The Lakers are a favorite because Oklahoma City is good. They're just young. They're not battle tested. Houston also, but the Late Show, because the West is wide open now. That's just how I feel. The West is wide open. Where we go to the East, I still think Boston is the one to beat. Cleveland is good, but I don't see Cleveland beating them in a 7-game series. I do not.
I agree. But I'm going to say this. We are overlooking Giannis.
No, he's hurt.
Oh, hold on, Arthur.
We are overlooking. He'll be back this year, won't he?
He played the other day. They just beat Denver butt.
Yeah, he's back. I thought he was back. Now, your boy is out for the rest of the year. with
Wemby.
San Antonio, Wemby. But what I'm saying is Cleveland, I think Cleveland is a dark horse in the East, but I still feel like Milwaukee is gonna make some noise. You in the playoffs. I'm talking about playoffs now. So yeah, Boston's team to beat, clear above and beyond. But I just feel like it's gonna be one of those series where you walk in and next thing you know, 0-2. It can happen.
It'll be a dog fight.
But you nail it in the West, man. Denver is looking top heavy. They're looking tired. They're looking ragged. Minnesota is now proving to be young. They're playing young now versus playing hungry. And the late show is showing that, boy, if Luka can do 3/4 of what he was doing in Dallas and make LeBron the second scoring option, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible.
Well, well, first of all, don't call him LeBron. Call him GOAT. Second of all, I agree with with D, and I agree with both of y'all. I think in the East, though, I think that the distance between 1 and 6 are way closer than they are in the West. I think that the Lakers are number 2, but in the East, the way that listen, I'm a Hawks season ticket holder. I've only been to 2 games this year, but it pays for itself. But
27-33, you ain't missing much.
But I think the Hawks. I think the Hawks. I think that anybody in the East can get upset. I think it's like 2020 when the Hawks went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it's. Hey, I'm telling you, man, because I seen the Hawks beat up on Boston, and I seen the Hawks beat up and like convincingly beat them up. So I mean, in the East, I don't know, but the Lakers are probably the best bet out of the West, and even with Golden State getting Jimmy Butler, they still missing something, and it's not perimeter shooting; it's probably defense. And the Lakers are missing a big man, but they're making up for it. Do you know since the Luka trade, they're like 2 or 3 in the West as far as in total defense. They working, man. So I think it's the Lakers.
Total defense.
They're number 1.
It's the trade, yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like they working hard because they feel like they got something to play for now. And Anthony Davis is not there on the bench.
But
NBA plays an 82-game season, right?
Huh?
NBA plays an 82-game season?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Laker fan. Been a Laker fan since I heard about Magic Johnson. That's how long? Since 79.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, he old.
We old.
But anyway.
No. Y'all old.
Oh, that's what we doing? That's what we doing?
No, we go. My bad.
Okay. It always gotta go. It always go back to the age. Ageism.
Oh my! Listen, man, they got to keep having birthdays to get here. But that's what I'm saying. People are putting too much stock in the big man. What dominant big man did Boston have last year? Exactly.
But they had 2 great wings.
Right. They didn't have
no other team is going to have those. No other team is going to have Jaylen Brown and So that pretty much negates that. All you need somebody is to get 5 to 8 rebounds a game.
Well, what he's stating is that when the trade was made, the first thing was said the Lakers are not big enough down low. They took away their height to deal with a Joker. To deal with, he's not over there. If a B was playing, and when they get into playoff basketball, it's different than regular.
Yeah, because the court shortens. But watch this. I'm gonna give y'all something. Y'all not gonna believe this, but it's gonna happen. Embiid to the Lakers.
You're stupid.
Okay. All right.
Look, we're gonna let that go.
All that money on that
Go ahead. Go. Hey,
processing. That ain't gonna never happen.
Stay focused.
All right.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
All right.
Order.
Okay, let me just make my point about this big man thing.
Okay.
With what Luka does and brings to the court as far as assisting the ball, rebounding the ball, and scoring the basketball, if you let us get up 5-10 points, the big man equation gonna come out of it because you're gonna have to shoot the long ball to stay in the game. You're gonna have, if your big man is not drawing fouls, and if you get him to miss 1 out of every 3 shots, yeah, the game will get out of hand quick when you got a freight train or you got a guy that can shoot from half court like Luka.
And I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But when you got a team like OKC, and they have like waves of height, length, and these dudes aren't just tall and long. They are talented. And that's why I say I think the Lakers probably I think they'll make the Western Conference Finals easily. And I say that with confidence easily, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, again, like I said, I'm a diehard Laker fan. Once you leave the Lakers, I ain't your fan. But I feel like what they got going on, once it gets welded, or once it gets the cohesiveness comes with Luka and LeBron, and the other players realize when I get the ball, I gotta perform, or I ain't gonna get the ball. We're gonna have another version of what the Miami Heat was without the big three. Because when LeBron got there, they were running and gunning. They were running. It was up and down the court, alley-oop, blah, 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 like LA did when they got Chris Paul. Just run. And then we're gonna see, oh man, it really ain't about the big man. Not that it ain't right now, but I just feel like quit focusing on so much on what you ain't got and focus on what you do have and make it work. And
Go ahead, Kev.
I was looking down here. What you want me to go with?
Fastest you stupid I ever heard.
First of all, y'all gonna stop calling him LeBron. His name is GOAT.
His name is LeBron James.
His name is GOAT James.
Let me stop this. Wait.
All right.
Slow down. You are a guest in the house.
All right, listen. And with that being said, I'm about to go in here and get my salad.
Thank you.
Because my big ass needs to lose weight.
Wait a minute. I actually, before you go, because I think you can do this real fast.
What's that?
We got a question posed in our chat and other things. Who is your top 5 all-time NBA championships that you witnessed? Teams, rather. Your top 5.
The 80. What's that? 85. The 85. The Lakers with Magic. When they beat Boston the first time. Was that 85 or 80? No, they lost in 84.
They won 84. Boston won 85.
Okay, so I'll take the 84 Lakers. I'll take the 82 76ers. I'll take the 92 Bulls. I'll take any of those Cleveland, of those Houston teams that won in 95, 96. And then I'll take that LeBron and Kyrie team because they did it with the least. I'll do that.
All right, that's your 5.
Damn, he had them ready, didn't he?
Kev, it ain't that hard. It really ain't.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like that Bulls team, that 96 Bulls team is probably the best overall.
97.
No. The one that they won the championship when they beat Seattle. That's 96.
97 is the 72.
I'm talking about the 72 and 10.
But I don't even think that was the best team though.
I got you.
Yeah, I just think that, like you said, championship team. I think that one in 96 was better because they were deeper.
Yeah, I get you that.
They were deeper, man. They had that, man. They were deep. Yeah, they were deep. That's when John Sally had first came over, and all the other stuff. Man, those guys were good, man. And that Houston team, they was deep. And I always throw that Cleveland team in there because they only had LeBron and daggum Kyrie. And I know that's a lot. It's not like Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman. I'm not gonna get on how many superstars Michael Jordan got because everybody gets mad at me when I say these things. But
wait,
well, hang on. Let's stay on topic here, D. Before you ask that question, give me your top 5 championship NBA teams, Mr. Diamond Dirty D.
I got the 97 Bulls, the 72 and 10 team.
mm-hmm.
I got number 2. I went with the Lakers. What was that? The 80. What I say?
79-80.
89 Lakers.
No, the 79-80. Oh, you talking about 89 Lakers?
The Lakers that they won the year before. Boston won in 86. That's the Lakers team.
Yeah, the 8
That's the same one I had. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I got Boston at number 3, the 86 Boston team. Then number 4, I got Golden State with the Splash Brothers and Durant. And then I got that second year Miami. That's mine.
That's a good list, though.
So nobody's list is wrong. Before Skip go, Kev, do bowls if you want to.
86 Boston Lakers, Bulls, Golden State, San Antonio that beat the Heat. Okay. By me being older, I still say my 5 is the 79-80 Lakers when Magic was a rookie, and he ended up having to play center. For the game that Kareem got hurt. I would go. My next one in line would be probably the first Houston championship when they beat Shaq, when they swept Shaq in the playoffs.
They were really good.
94.
Right.
Good.
Then I will go to LeBron's first championship with the Heat.
3.
I would go the Cleveland championship. And then I would pick one of the Bulls teams, but I think the main reason why I'm not picking them as like my top 5 is because they were favored to win all 6 of those. There was no doubt that they were going to win.
They were.
They weren't favored to win against Phoenix, but go ahead.
With just one Charles Barkley?
They were not favored, sir. I'm just
No, but you got to remember that it was Charles Barkley, it was Kevin Johnson, it was Dan Barley, it was Cedric Ceballos, it was what's the big boy, Oliver Miller. They had a squad.
Y'all, I can name all them players too.
I know. I'm saying they had a squad. They were deep. They were good.
Give me a 5.
Give me a 5th.
Give me a 5th.
My 5th would probably be the Bubble Lakers team.
I can go with that.
Whoa! So you taking off your Shaq and Kobe?
I'm sorry.
You taking off your Shaq and Kobe?
I thought I said those.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Okay, well, I'll do the first year with Shaq and Kobe then. The first 01, 2000, 01, 02, whenever it was, yeah.
Okay. So
that'll be first to take the Bubble Lakers out there, yeah.
Okay.
All right. There we go. All right, fellas, we
go get your salad.
I'm going to get my salad. I'm trying to get slim and trim.
And then go take more of that salad. You better do some jogging.
I got to do some push-ups, push-aways. See y'all later.
Oh, right.
Golly. Y'all need to stop it, man. No posting. I ain't picked the Bulls either. Well,
right. All right. Hey, man. Javonte Davis had a fight this weekend that none of us were able to witness because the Kev network was malfunctioning, but I have figured it out. D. We will holler on the side.
We found one.
And you ain't tell nobody?
We found one. Sir, it's not nothing that it's a fire stick thing. It's nothing.
I got a fire stick. I got 3 of them.
Sir, it's a service. It ain't. Hey man, that's what you want to do. You know, you I caught it in the 6th round, so there you go.
Like I said, we figured it out before the show started. You can no longer use your cell phone or iPad. You just got to go straight off a laptop.
And it works.
It worked. I tried it right here. I couldn't get it on my iPad or my phone the other day. My homeboy sent me the picture. He's like, bro, I'm using it now. And I went back and looked at the picture again, and I realized he was on his computer. So
yeah, that's what happened over here also. Laptop. But go ahead.
All right. Well, this fight ended in a draw. As I said, we did not get to witness it, except D said he caught it in the 6th round. So please, Mr. D, give me your opinion on this fight.
Tank ran into somebody that boxed him. You know, the last couple of Tank fights that we have all witnessed, we've seen him fighting, but he's waiting for that one kill shot or his opponent to mess up and open up. You really don't see him jabbing, moving. He takes a lot of damage. Not that's hurting him, but he waits for that one kill shot. This guy came out skipped with a game plan. And he boxed him. He kept pressure on him. He kept coming at him. That Tank was getting him off. And to be honest with you, Tank was winning until the controversial kneel down. When I seen it, I said, oh, that's a knockdown. You know, that's considered a knockdown when you take a knee. I don't care nothing about something in your eye. When you take a knee, that's a knockdown. At that point, he was up 2 points. Me and Skip know, you two, Kev. At that point, I think Tank had won. It was about the 7th or 8th round. I think Tank was up 6-4 on the rounds. He was up 6-4. That would have made it even closer, or the guy would have won the fight, because that should have been a 10-8 round if everybody doesn't know the score. You lose 2 points when you hit that canvas. I don't care how you get it. If you go down, that's a 2-point penalty. Will make it a 10-8 round. So by that, Tank should have lost the fight. Usually you have to beat the champion to a pulp or knock him out, or you got to win by points. This guy kept Tank on his heels the whole fight, Skip. I just seen today that the New York Sports Commission came out and said it was a technical issue for them not calling him for taking a knee. At the end of the day, that's crap right there. That's him giving that, putting that lady on blast like that. And she came out and spoke about his hair. But he took a knee because he got rocked.
That name what I seen.
He got hit.
He got jabbed.
He got hit.
Okay. Again, I saw replays because I didn't see the fight. It was a knockdown. I'm not disputing that part. It should have been counted as a knockdown. But the jab, in my opinion, was so light that when he jabbed him, Tank took a step back and then took a step forward and stopped and turned. And for some reason, Roach wasn't the aggressor. So it wasn't a punch where, you know what, let me follow up. It was one of the ones like, okay, he finna come at me. Let me get ready. The next thing the ref knows, everybody knows, is he took the knee, got up off his knee, went to the corner, stuck his head on one side of the rope, the other side of the rope. They wiped his face, and he turned around, and the ref like, what you doing? What's going on? So when you say he got rocked, he didn't get rocked. There was no head wobble, none of that. It was a jab.
Now, Skip, this is what the report said that D was talking about, and I just read through it. Tank said he went over there because he had hair grease in his eye and it was burning.
He did. He said that. But you know,
I agree. At the same time, if your knee hits the ground, then that is that. If your knee hits the ground and you sit there for a second in the middle of a round, that is a knockdown.
Well, he didn't sit there. It was like boom, and he was right back up in the corner. So, but it touched the ground. So, yeah, it still should have. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been counted as a knockout, and I'm not saying his. We need to block them people, whoever that is.
That's on Twitch. Keep going.
But I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been counted as a knockdown, and his excuse is his excuse. My point is, when the narrative changes to he got rocked, why didn't Roach follow up since he got rocked?
Well, when when I say rocked, I mean he was getting hit. So you never know. You never know. Let's say you, like you say, the jab. It could have been a punch before, because we seen Tate hit, but I think it was Garcia, one of them.
Yeah, it was Garcia. He hit him and
he hit him in the ribs.
Garcia,
he took a minute and then he took the knee. So we don't know, because we've never been in a square circle boxing like that. We don't know what the significance of it was. He could have, but I think he just should have said something was in my eye and left it at that. You putting this lady out, talking about some grease in your hair and all this stuff, and she did your hair 3 days ago. Don't do that, brother.
But my sisters do hair. My daughter does hair now, and that could have been a problem. But for him to say it like you said, you're right. He shouldn't have thrown nobody on the bus. He should have just said, "I had some in my eye."
And that's what he said initially, and then it went from there. Another thing, Skip, I don't know, Tank's managed his corner or what. He didn't even realize he was in the 12th round. He's talking like, "Oh,
you know your boy ain't there. The trainer, the long-time trainer for him, he's not there."
Yeah, so it was like, well, what's really going on here? He sat there and said, "Oh, this the 12th," and then it was like he got more aggressive, and he's been and again, he's one of these fighters. We're looking for the knockout. We are.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for, and he's getting. And now, with what just happened, people are going to start trying to take him in deep waters.
The blueprint is there. The blueprint is out there now. Don't get aggressive. Take your time. Don't get too eager, and you can possibly beat him. That's it.
And not only that, not saying he hasn't. Tank is 5'5.5". This kid was 5'7". A little bit taller. You know, they love mighty mites anyway.
Garcia was taller too.
Yeah, but Garcia ain't like this guy we just seen fight him. You see what I'm saying? I think Garcia was a little more scared than Roach.
I don't think he was scared. Garcia has more power than Roach has too.
That might be true, but what I'm saying to you, the way we seen Garcia fight compared to this gentleman, this man was hungry.
Yeah. Garcia was arrogant, and I think that's why he got knocked out.
And then you got
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. So you got, when you walking into a fight with Garcia, like you said, arrogancy. This guy, as you like to say, brought his lunch pail and his tool in the ring.
Yes, he did.
All right. Well, we are going to move on to the final part of the night, which is one of my favorites, the UFC. We have the light heavyweight championship of the world going up for the first time in 2025. Alex Pereira takes on Magomed Ankalaev.
Come on, Kale.
There we go. Alex Pereira holds a record of 12-2, and Ankalaev has a record of 21-1. Now, here's what I know. The Russian is a striker. He's got some. I'm tired of having to say his name the right way. He has some heavy hands. But Alex Pereira holds 4 inches of reach on him, and those legs are dangerous. The only way that Ankalaev actually, the only way that I think he gets hits on Alex Pereira is by moving in. And if you move in on Alex Pereira, it is a dangerous game.
My question for you is, Kev, is this guy a threat?
Absolutely.
Always in UFC. Everybody's a threat.
Always.
So you see how we were just talking about Tank and who he just fought compared to the UFC. Anytime you step in the octagon, you throw records out the door sometimes, because somebody may have a ground game. Now, did this guy has a good ground game, or does Pereira just, because we usually, the way they hyping this fight up, they are saying Pereira is the most lethal, He's the most dangerous. You know how they sell in the fight, of course.
If you
I
put the
agree with
stats
those.
both of them up, Pereira has the legs and the hands, whereas this guy is known for his heavy hands, like what Kev said. So with the danger, the two different types of danger that Pereira poses, he'd be a fool to try to get inside, being the shorter man. They got to deal with that jab and the legs versus, like Rampage Jackson. It was all about stand up with him. If you get him to the ground, you could punish him. It was one or the other. But Pereira, you got to pick your poison, and you can't box him because you giving up what you said, 5 inches of reach.
4 inches.
Yeah, that's a mile in boxing, man. Especially if you use that jab. So
that's a hand, essentially. That's almost a hand length.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy, looking like your daddy. But with the information you just gave me, man, I don't see it going the full distance. I see it being a kick knockout or a knockout. I don't even see it being a submission.
I'm gonna say 3 rounds, KF. But it seems to me when we get these championship fights outside of Pereira, because he will get you. It seems like the guy that's going for the belt do all the damn running.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you realize, damn, he hit harder than what I thought.
That's why he's the champ. That's what they realize. Oh, that's why he's the champ.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Garcia, he was all gung ho when he until wait a minute. I ain't expect that.
Everybody got something to say until you get punched in the mouth.
Thank you.
The rule still stands. All right, Mr. Skip, give me your last take.
Oh man, we got the combine is over. I see the Colorado kids going in the top 7, both of them. We don't know what kind of thing is going to happen. So the question was posed earlier about Cam and Shadur. I think Cam is the better suited quarterback for everywhere. I mean, for the Giants and everywhere else. So Shadur is going to have to go on a ready-made team in order to be Shadur. So I think the Raiders is the best place for him. Quite sure everybody else does too, but that's yet to be seen. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank my man for coming on and politicking with us. Big Bo Parker, all the rest of you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all next week.
Yes, again, thank you everybody for tuning in. And like I said, we have a show where we interact. You want to come on? We'll bring you on with no problem. Shout out to my classmate. We've been together since, I want to say, the 3rd grade, Arthur Hamilton. Played football together, graduated together, and all that. We've been through thick and thin. That's my big homie now. And again, this is an open door to anybody want to come on and talk sports and debate with us if you have your own opinion. And appreciate y'all. See y'all next week.
All right. Well said. Why the hell won't you come off a single? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Oh, hang on. Excuse me. Thank you for tuning in to the show tonight. We will be back next Monday night at 8 p.m., probably about 8:05, because I don't like to be on time sometimes. Until then, please make sure the beer stays cold and the wings stay lemon pepper, baby. We are out.